told y'all. This is going on right now in Russia. If you can't stop them one way, just send in the mud flood. And Pakistan, they're also being hit with the mud flood. What is going on?
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all. If you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But today might be a little bit of a longer video, so I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
This is Woody Allen, one of the most disgusting men in Hollywood. This is a man who literally married and had children with his ex-lover's stepdaughter. Oh yeah, and he's also allegedly a pedophile, so let's talk about all this. So Woody Allen is a famous Hollywood director, comedian, actor. He's produced and directed a number of films, some of which people consider to be classics. And this guy is one of the most well-known directors in the history of Hollywood. So in the year 1980, Woody Allen began a relationship with the actress Mia Farrow. At the time that they met, Mia already had 7 children. Now, Mia and Woody's relationship was really rocky throughout the entire thing, but let me tell you, some of the stuff that happened throughout this relationship is just downright disgusting. So, 1977, Mia Farrow adopts Soon-Yi Previn. She is from Korea, and she was 7 years old when she was adopted, which means that she was only 10 years old when Mia began her relationship with Woody Allen. Now, allegedly, according to Woody and Soon-Yi, their relationship didn't really start until she was a little bit older, basically in 1990. But that's also when this takes an extremely disturbing twist. So here's a picture of Woody Allen, Mia Farrow, the adopted kids. Here's Soon-Yi over here. So in January of 1992, after she had been together with Woody Allen for 12 years, Mia Farrow was in Woody's home and she found nude photographs of her adopted daughter, Soon-Yi. Woody Allen then told Mia Farrow that he had taken those nude photos of Soon-Yi the day before and that they had had relations 2 weeks ago. Now, immediately Mia Farrow lawyered up and so did Woody Allen. Now, keep in mind, Woody Allen and Mia Farrow had a biological child together. And Mia had just found photos of her stepdaughter, nude photographs, in her partner's house. So then, according to court testimony, in August of 1992, something even more disturbing happened. Apparently on that day, Woody had come over to Mia's house to visit the children. Now, according to a babysitter on that day, they walked in and saw Woody Allen on his knees lying on the floor, and his head was in the lap of Dylan Farrow, who at the time was a very, very young minor. Now, according to Mia Farrow's personal testimony, when she asked her own child what had happened with Woody, her child told her that Woody had touched her private part. So eventually these allegations went nowhere. They just remained that, allegations. Still, to this day, Dylan Farrow, who is now a grown adult, says that this all happened and it's true, and she remembers that this happened. And it also should be noted that Woody Allen eventually married Mia's adopted daughter, Soon-Yi, right here in 1997. And they are still a couple to this day. They have been married for over 20 years and have kids of their own. So my question is, and the question that everybody else still has really, is that if you're willing to look at your romantic partner's adopted daughter as a potential future wife, what else are you capable of or willing to do? And I think this is just one of those stories that there will never be conclusive proof of. But I do know that this behavior is just so strange and creepy to me.
Man, that's some shit that you would see in a Hollywood movie. Now that rabbit hole I'm just now hearing about today.
People, it's happening again. They hit Russia with the mud flood. Oh, you son of a bitch. Now, I didn't think I was gonna be alive long enough to see this. This is mud flood. This is mud flood. For all those people who didn't believe me, I told told y'all. This is going on right now in Russia. If you can't stop them one way, just send in the mud flood. And Pakistan, they're also being hit with the mud flood. What is going on? This one seems to be mixed with something that made it look like cement. People, the world is changing. Are we gonna survive?
Shout out to the Bully Slayer. One foul wow. But I got a question. Do y'all think this is started by them? The mud floods. Russia, Pakistan. Do y'all think they got their hands in on this one, or do y'all think the earth is just resetting itself? Let me know y'all thoughts and why y'all feel like that. Spam it up.
And so by now, I'm sure you've all heard about the city-sized interstellar object that is hurtling towards Earth at 130,000 miles per hour. The Pentagon has confirmed it. A Harvard scientist is saying that there might be possibility that it is a mothership because of the trajectory and its ability to precisely avoid planets. This is crazy. And I think it's even crazier how they're going to say that it poses no threat, even though it's coming from a different galaxy that we know nothing of. So this has technology to avoid objects and planets, but we're just going to assume that it has no malicious intent. I think they just want us to keep paying taxes. I think we should all, as a group, stop going to work and paying rent. Because if this thing is coming and has malicious intent, we need to live free, okay? And they know that if they tell us the truth, if it does have malicious intent, we're not going to go to work tomorrow. I'm not going to pay taxes. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. They're going to be like, no, we have to keep them calm so that they can keep going to work and keep this economy going till the very end. They would never tell us that it had any type of malicious intent or aliens, God forbid. We've seen in the past how humans are and how they react. They riot, they hoard, they spiral out of control. And I think this is their way of telling us that, you know, there is something. So I like how they had to jump the gun and say, hey, we seen it first and don't worry, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay.
Or maybe they about to stage it. Why we just can't think that they would do some shit like that to us? But this for entertainment purposes, and none of what I'm about to say is true, but there's a bunch of times in history we can go back and look and see that they done some very low down dirty shit to us as the public. Some of our family members was stuck in certain events. One event that start with 3 numbers I can't talk about. I get hit with a warning every time. That right there was like, bro, how many times we gotta realize they doing this shit to us? So if they can't get the weather right and all of a sudden they know something's coming in November and they got all this evidence and they got all this information on this object coming towards us, bro, y'all created that object, y'all bringing that object towards us, and y'all know y'all finished the rest. Project what? Finish the rest. But a lot of people, some people may not even know that. Some people don't even want to believe no shit like that. Some people still believe in this system. Some people still believe in this system. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. This is for entertainment purposes. None of what I said was true.
So now all of a sudden they're saying that a 12-mile long mothership is heading toward Earth. And they're saying that this mothership is heading toward Earth very aggressively. And that is also a possibility that this 12-mile long mothership is coming here for problems. And whoever or whatever is on that ship is coming here to fight a battle. Now, as strange as all this shit sounds, it's not really strange at all. And honestly, it's sounding like something called Project Bluebeam. Now, ask yourself how these people got this information about the mothership that's coming here aggressively. How do they know that the thing on that mothership wants to fight a battle here? And again, I say, if you look up Project Bluebeam, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Because now all of this shit is actually coming together. The drone sightings, the alien sighting, the motherships in Mexico, the motherships in California, the motherships in Las Vegas. If you jump down that rabbit hole, you'll see everything that I'm talking about. Now, if it is true, and this mothership is coming towards Earth, we might just have a problem. Because really and truly, from what we know about these things, they are way more advanced than we are. So now, if they are coming for a battle, we might as well call it quits right now, right? But if it's Project Bluebeam that's playing out right before our eyes, we have to understand that something else is bigger. And when I say something else is bigger, I mean, they must be doing this for a reason. And if that's the case, why are they trying to scare us into submission? I'm going to let you be the judge. Jump back in these comments when you find out what Project Bluebeam means. I'm out.
They trying to scare us, bro, into control so they can control us more.
I walk with my husband, Michael, and hold hands. It's like a whole new world for me. Just walking and holding hands. Something that one of our fellow Americans for years could not do.
What kind of shit is that?
Distinguished guests and men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today. All of you have performed extraordinary service to our country.
Hell no!
And countless times we done heard him say this wild shit. He done said that a couple times, bro.
So the coins that she has in her background are the original coins that we had. Now they had to go and change the coins out and put different things on them because they couldn't take the story off the coins. So they had to get rid of them and make new coins. Here's a little more context.
And here's a fine coin from 1587 and really giving us a good and clear idea of how advanced the old world was. 1587. We see a cathedral, an amazing building, minted on a coin, all sorts of amazing antiquity. And how could it be? How could these people of the 1500s erect such glorious structures? Let's look at the other side of the coin. Look at this city. What is going on here in the 1500s? And these are the kinds of cities we're seeing depicted on the old map we were looking at. Absolutely splendid. This is a taste of the old world, and these crests found all around are the nations of the old world. And this is all we have here. This nation appears to have been associated with Tartaria.
So I found this book in the library, and I thought, oh, cool, interesting. Let's see what's in it. And there's this section here that's kind of wild. Look at this.
Drawing a straight line from the White House to the Scotts Circle to Washington Circle and then on to Mount Vernon Square, DuPont Circle, and back to the White House, the most potent pentagram in the occult systematic repartee, the demonic goat head, becomes chillingly apparent. According to occult experts, it's the four upper points represents the elements of fire, water, earth, and air, and the bottom point, the White House, the mind of Lucifer. The more extreme anti-Masonic commenters insist that this pattern is intended to demonstrate that the White House could be ruled by satanic Freemasons. Okay.
What? Wait. That's a lot to take in, y'all. That was a lot to take in. Don't come for the messenger. I'm just reacting to something I just literally like. I mean, I thought about it. Yeah, it was in my mind before, but to hear her say that, how y'all feel? Whatever side you on, how you feel, respectfully. I'm curious, but I'm about to have to go find that book somewhere. I'm about to have to go find that book because I picked up another one. I just got into the book of Enoch too. Yeah, I'm getting into that one. To those who have read it, how y'all like that book? I want to hear y'all perspective. I ain't gonna give you my perspective yet until I go ahead and finish it. Then I'll give you my opinion on what I feel about it, if I like it, if I dislike it. But how y'all feel? And I'm about to have to go grab that book. Who with me on that one?
Coming back into the Truman Show, right at the beginning of the movie, he comes out of his house, and you'll notice the number of his house is actually 36. So 36. And then not long after, his other little neighbor waves at him, and he's getting ready for work, and this light falls from the sky and smashes in front of him. And it is a light from a movie, set. And on that light, the light happens to be blue, and it says Sirius number 9, and then Canis Major. This is actually the most important part of the entire plot of the movie, is right at the beginning when that light falls down, because that light falling down is the moment that Truman starts to question his reality. It's the exact moment where something shifts in him that he's like, well, that doesn't seem right, or that doesn't really feel like, something feels off to him. And if you look at the light being blue and the name of it being Canis Major is the Sirius star system. And the fact that they named the light that falls to essentially spark his awakening Sirius is so spot on for what's happening right now in our own kind of astrological reality. So to kind of create context for that, in the ancient astrological teachings, the sun and Sirius are a binary lover pair. When we have stars that are binary pairs, that means that they have an interrelationship between magnetism and electricity, right? That means they have some kind of deep interconnection that has a creative aspect, that they're actually creating something together, which is beautiful. And also, if I remember, I told you the number of Truman's house was 36 and the number of the light was 9. So right there off the get-go, 369. The secrets of the universe have been revealed within the first 5 minutes of the Truman Show. Okay. So the fact that that light comes down perfectly lines up with the astrological calendar. Now, it's said that every single time that the Sirius star system approaches the sun and gets close, we have what's called a golden age, or an awakening of humanity. The Greeks called it the apocalypse, which means the great revealing. And some might say that we've actually all as a collective been living in Plato's cave for several thousands of years, maybe potentially up to 18,000 years if we go back to the last great cataclysm of Atlantis. Now, that star Sirius, in every single teaching, whether it's the Freemasons, they call it the North Star. When you wish upon a star, that old children's song is about Sirius. It's always been, it's in the Acadian flag. It was the star that guided them forward, and it's the star that gives hope. It's also in the tarot card, the actual card called the Star, which is meant to what? Bring hope for humanity, right? Bring hope for humanity. And if you even just look at the tarot card as your reference for what Sirius really means, and its rulership is actually Aquarius. Modern Western astrology will tell you that Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is only partially true in the lower octaves. But in the higher octaves of reality, the star system of Sirius is the greatest contributor to the archetype of Aquarius, which is that which liberates humanity from illusion. Okay, so the star that liberates humanity from illusion comes close to the sun, and then we get this great awakening moment. And you'll notice the sun is getting hotter right now as we speak.
I want to hear more. How y'all feel?
Yes, Project Esther is true, and it's been written into the framework of Project 2025 for quite a long time now, but this is why we stopped looking at the distractions. I'm here to break down Project Esther in an educational way because knowledge is power, and I'm not really seeing a lot of content creators do anything other than fearmonger right now, so let me get you the facts. And shameless plug, episode 2 of Total Hypocrisy, the podcast, is going to do a deep dive on this, so stay tuned, make sure you follow along so I can let you know when that episode will be out. In order to understand Project Esther, you have to understand where the name comes from, how they are going to sell it to the American people. Now, this is based on the Bible. Specifically, this is a white Christian nationalist movement. The Heritage Foundation is behind it. It is incorporated and interwoven into Project 2025. In the Bible, Esther is a woman who becomes the queen of Persia and finds herself in the middle of a plot for the Persian people to be absolutely exterminated. And she is the woman that intercepts the situation and saves them from that absolute genocide. So that's going to be the sell. The sell is going to be that there are people all throughout the country, progressives, leftists, Democrats, anyone who does not agree with the Project 2025 agenda, and they want to essentially exterminate the white Christian nationalists. That's the story they will sell to the American people. Except they will not use the language white Christian nationalists. They will say it's an attack on Christianity. So let me show you now how Project Esther is planned out to sort of infiltrate every aspect of the American people's lives. The main objective of Project Esther is to completely demolish the idea of separation of church and state. And their plan for having this done is to galvanize or emotionally pull at the Christian right and make sure that there is a strong network of faith leaders as well as churches, meaning there's going to be this major network of white Christian nationalists who are moving Project Esther forward. And the plan is to take all of these faith leaders, this giant network that has then been created, and infiltrate the American government at all levels. They will run essentially Project Esther candidates from churches as candidates, get them involved politically all over the country. And they are to focus heavily on the issues of parental rights, education, and religious liberty. And there are a number of key elements that you have to be on the lookout for. The first of these is church mobilization. They will build a national coalition of churches and pastors who will act as a moral compass for things like elections and public policy. Step 2 is policy influence. They will make sure that they have candidates at all levels of government, like I said. And when they are in these roles, when they hold offices, they are to make sure that they are driving the white Christian nationalist agenda forward. Once elected and installed in their offices, these candidates are to push forward the white Christian nationalist agenda by passing laws that reflect their beliefs. These beliefs include anti-LGBTQ legislation, curriculum bans, the expansion of school choice, and the expansion of religious exemptions in healthcare as well as education. And while this will happen again at all levels of government, step 3 is very specific to local government. And that shows you how unfortunately smart they are, because when you think about government, you think of the president, you think of the Supreme Court, you think about all of these really big players in Washington, but that's not where the real change happens. Real change happens at the micro levels of government in cities, towns, and boroughs. So they will develop a leadership pipeline for Christian nationalists to become school board members, as well as other very local elected officials. And then those individuals at the micro level of government all throughout the United States will push faith-based policy. And they get all of this done through step 4, which is cultural and spiritual framing. Across the nation, those involved in Project Esther will reframe political issues as spiritual warfare. They will tell Christian believers that they need to be involved politically, not because of activism, not because it is civic duty, but rather because it is religious duty. And those are the straight facts of what is to come. There are so many more intricacies to this, how they will play to the idea that anyone who is pro-Palestine must be an anti-Semite, the idea that they will infiltrate education in very detailed ways. I will go into all of that on the podcast, but this is the fact of what the overview looks like. This is what the goal is, to get rid of the separation of church and state.
Well, all I heard from that was they want control, 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 control. Turn us into sheep. Turn us into their slaves. Make us workers. A lot less thinkers. Their game is still the same, bro. They still under the same formula they was under when the Rothschilds came up with this shit ways back, you know? Many years ago. We seen that clip. That's what I get. You infiltrating education? They already did that. But now they putting more control on it. What you want to think, what you want to believe in, they want more control over that. That's all I got. I got control. What y'all hear? Let me know y'all thoughts. That's just a deeper dive under the Project Esther, because I know some people was asking about that. So, and then of course came through. So how y'all feel? Let me know. I heard there's gonna be some crazy ass laws they're trying to pass out here in California as far as education.
Hello, it's Michelle again. And why does the shape of the earth matter so much? Well, the ancients used to draw it like this, a tree. If you understand that the earth is a tree and it has planes and dimensions, you'll understand how the body works. If you're tricked into thinking the earth's a ball, you're still being lorded over. And just let me show you a little bit of the spelling involved with that. It's the Babylon spell. Babel, bell, Baal-bel, Baal-bel, Babylon. Bi-bel. Don't look at the word jumbling. Listen to the sound. It's the frequency. It's one body. Babylon. It's an image. It's energy. It's a different tree. And we're right down at the bottom in the toes. In the heel, in hell. Being lorded over. Lord means Baal. Now think about the word Baal. Lab is Baal back to front. We have sports using balls. Everything. We label diseases. We wear labels for our ego. Everything linked to Baal, connected to you being manipulated and lorded over, has the frequency of Baal in it, actually. This ancient Mesopotamian storm god and god of fertility, linked to Moloch and child sacrifice, actually. There's a payoff for the ego state in the tree of duality by Baal. 2 Baals, 2 balls, 2 bells, 2 dragons. Tree of duality. Energy tree. The energy tree is us, our nervous system, and that energy tree collectively is Earth's, as this experiential breaking out of the matrix. The ball holds the web, holds the Lord's matrix, the spells that keep us trapped. We think we're trapped, and therefore we are. It is co-creational magic. Look where that's sitting. Right at the root chakra. Baal, balls, belly. Baal shows up all the time in archetypes and symbols for Masonic tradition. The builder gods, hidden lordship, ties right back to ancient Babylon. Baal, bullshit, bull worship, the Taurus field, Taurus as an energy, the top, lording over you. This is some strange kind of bullshit, because at the moment now they're spraying barium aluminium, which spells Baal, to cloud seed and poison you. Tubal Cain, Masonic key password. In Genesis, a smith or metal worker eerily close to Baal Cain in some ancient texts, seen as a builder god, the same energetic archetype as Baal, lord of creation, manipulation, and mastery of elements. They've even got you calling the Christ Baal. Lord means Baal. It translates, this cabal think they're hilarious, but people are awakening to it. Here are some symbols of Baal to look out for. Whoa, the sun, columns, horns, temple architecture. These archetypes are fooling us and we're waking up. Isn't that exciting? Yes, there are two lords written about in the Baal, the book of the god of this earth, black bound in Saturnalia cover with the symbol of the cross, which is the cube. Oh my gosh, how can people not see it? But please read Hosea 2:16. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, my husband, and shalt call me no more Baal, my Lord. You see, the Hebrew word for Lord means this. It literally means slave owner, master, husband, Lord. So in the Old Testament, when someone says, my Lord, or the Lord of that land, the word used is often Baal, lab, mind control, lording over you. Yes, we've been caught in the matrix slavery, but we won't be lorded over anymore. Christ has risen within us. And it's Philippians 3:19 for them. I'll read it, shall I? Their destiny is destruction. Their God is their stomach, and their glory is their shame. Their mind is set on earthly things. That's a different plane. Two lords are two energies, fear and peace. Choose wisely.
Who been rocking with me? Who been rocking with this channel since I told y'all I had this talk about my uncle as far as what he said he believed as far as duality? That's what he pretty much said. And it was way deeper, but again, we gonna ease that one because I don't want to throw that. I don't want to talk about that and then people start coming at me talking crazy because of something I'm explaining was told to me. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this clip right here. We gonna slowly ease into this. I'm gonna ease everybody into the talks me and my uncle be having. Because like I said, there's times where I see certain comments and people are still getting upset when someone else doesn't agree with their way of thinking or their beliefs. And they go to insults because I've had to step on it a couple times in the comments. And I know as together, there's some individuals, some of us is ready for that. Then there's some people who are not. And that's not something you just blurt out and just say. It's timing. The art of being aware, the art of timing, and the art of knowing what to say and how to say it. It all works together. And I'm trying to work on that. So I'm gonna wait till I see the comment section kind of vibrate a little bit higher collectively. And then I'll go into actual details and say word for word of what he told me he believed. But it was along those lines. Where she was about to go at the end of that, she didn't take it no further, but he took it further from that point. So yeah. It's just a conspiracy, right? Or is it real?
This is the type of ancient acoustic sound therapy we used to publicly have in our ancient cities. Like this is the old town in Budva, which is about 2,000 years old. The size of this bell, it's giant. See how ginormous this is? Imagine the acoustics. Now it's not working. It's on the ground as many others around the world, just grounded, not sounding. But people used to have on a daily basis this beautiful sound bath, harmonizing their vibrations with the high vibration of this specially made colacle or the bell. And there was an ancient technology of how to make them to a specific pitch that was very healing for everyone. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think it becomes very obvious now that all these bells are now grounded, and I'm not the first one to talk about it. It's just another evidence of it. One day, New Earth and all the bells, my friends, will be sounding again. I pray for that day. Slavic name for this bell is Zlatno Zvono, which translates as golden bell, the mother of all voices. But maybe now it's a time where we access that inner sound, the golden sound, the mother of all voices within ourselves. It's a sound of our heart. Now all these ancient towns are turned into a touristic attraction with lots of vibrant life, restaurants, and it's part of the modern metropolitan. But it's so magical to walk around and just touch the rocks of the past, which holds so much memory. Budva sits right on the sea with local beaches and a crystal clear Adriatic Sea water. Summertime is packed with tourists all over the world, but now in May it's a slow season, so you can enjoy more space. But the main thing here in Montenegro is no chemtrails. The air is so pure that I can breathe without getting sick, unlike Florida. A little bit of bells, small bells are still left, and sometimes they play them and it's just so beautiful.
So we always say we got bad feelings and things like that, and we know something's coming and all that. I think that we need to it's not easy for everybody. I think my idea of everybody watching this, we should not focus on what we don't want. Now let's focus on what we want. You want hanging bells still? You want those frequencies to hit? Let's manifest that. Let's visualize it ourselves. When you get some time today, just take 5 minutes. Take 10 minutes if you can. Take 1 minute if you got that. And meditate that. Think about how that would feel. Think about a peaceful place. A peaceful planet. If we all do that together, bro, and we all just keep manifesting and we all visualizing the same thing, y'all know how powerful that shit is? Man, we could change shit like that. Because if I be manifesting shit like that. I do. And there's things I can't even say around the family, and they be like, stop talking, because every time you say something, that it happens. So hey, if I can do it by myself, imagine if we did it together. And I know I'm not the only one who can do that by themselves individually, because some of y'all I know is powerful enough to do that, and y'all even have said it in the comments. So imagine if we all did that together. The root is stronger than the branch. Individually we the branch, together we a root. You could snap a branch, but a root, it's hard to snap that, bro. Let that sink in. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Oh, are we gonna put Lizzo on the milk carton?
I mean, you know, I think South Park just...
I think it's time to put Lizzo on the milk carton, baby.
Yeah.
Where's she at?
I mean, she body shamed her workers.
She body shamed her workers?
Yeah.
Or did someone pay her workers to say she body shamed them? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me... What the...
See? Yeah, I didn't think about it.
No. We finna get into it. We finna get into it. People always say, I ain't got no receipts, right? Got it. What do you mean?
Here we go.
Let me put it here. I'm gonna go back to February 2023.
Oh, okay.
What happened February 2023 of last year other than my second ex-husband blowing up our car? What happened? The Grammys happened if I'm correct.
Is that Lamert Park on her shirt? Shout out to Lamert Park.
Now, y'all can't tell me that this is actually Lil Wayne.
How can I tell him turn down Lil Wayne? I'm Lil Wayne. This is a predicament.
It's not me. It's me, but it's not me. Again. Not again. Please.
Now, if you notice, he says how it's him, but it's not him. And just a couple months ago, people kept pointing out how he was cloned until he came back looking like this.
This stops now. You're playing Lil Wayne too loud.
You're Lil Wayne. Wouldn't Lil Wayne want us to play Lil Wayne too loud?
Forget I said you're playing Lil Wayne too loud. Play Lil Wayne too loud. Hey.
I'm okay, but my watch sick. Yeah, my.
Hey, who else could say Wayne was one of the hottest at one point?
Tyrone.
Oh yeah, they cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, they cloned Tyrone.
Okay, so
I
what
thought
about
it was a good movie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it could be real.
Okay,
That's
all
what I said.
Well, the bottom line is this.
I thought it could be real.
The bottom line is this.
Okay.
That is how. Because
let me say this. I feel like art imitates life. So to create something like that has to be based off something that people
real.
think.
Okay, so I will tell you this. That's how they get us. That's how they get us. It is Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. And they with us till we give up. Until we tap out. They will not be dead or they will not have young life. They want to be forever young. Mm-hmm. They will drink the blood of our children. They will drink the blood of us. They will wear our skin. And it won't stop until someone realizes that it has a meaning what they're doing. It doesn't mean that they have a problem, or it doesn't mean that they're mean people. If you're weak and you just can't survive, you just won't. You just won't. But yes, that is real.
Mm-hmm. No.
It's real for the king and the queen.
No, bro.
It's real for the king and the queen. They will come get us, bro. Yeah.
That's some crazy
just to stay young. You see the happy girl? The girl that was in the body, she had no arms. She was so sad. Nigga, now she... no arms on her. Nigga, that is not her. They got $30 million sitting on the beach somewhere. She got legs and arms and shit. Yeah, this shit work like that. We need your soul. We don't. Bro, we need your soul. We don't need nothing else but your soul.
Bro, they're finna take my stream off the planet.
Please.
I think Shay knew the whole time what Orlando Brown was getting at. He a wise man. Shay intelligent, bro. I give it to him. He everybody make mistakes. Yes, I seen one of the little videos he might have did that wasn't that good, didn't age well. With him and his, saying what he said to I think it was a minor. But he didn't know. It was literally for a prank. But I feel like Shay knew. He knew where that was going, and he already have heard these things before. Shay ain't new to this shit, bro. Like, he knew. He had to have known where he was going. But, like, he was right at the end of that. Y'all gonna take my stream down, bro. Like, how y'all feel? How y'all feel, man? Y'all let me know. Orlando Brown, I don't feel like was reaching either. I feel like they cloned Tyrone. That was real shit, bro. That's real. That was one of the realest movies. Get Out. They cloned Tyrone. Man, it's a lot of movies. Truman Show. Hunger Games. It's a lot of movies, and I feel like they just telling the truth every single time. I, Robot. I Am Legend. All that, bro. Y'all let me know, though. Spam it up.
10 weirdest celebrity conspiracy theories you won't believe. 10. Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, and Jared Leto were possessed by the Joker. This theory suggests that the intense and dark nature of the Joker character possessed the actors who played him, leading to struggles like Heath Ledger's insomnia and eventual death. 9. Beyoncé faked her pregnancy. Some conspiracy theorists believe that Beyoncé used a surrogate to carry her child, Blue Ivy, and faked her pregnancy with an inflatable baby bump. 8. Marissa Tomei never won an Oscar. A rumor claims that Marissa Tomei's Oscar win for My Cousin Vinny was a mistake made by presenter Jack Palance, but the Academy covered it up. 7. Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey. A grotesque theory suggests that pop star Katy Perry is actually the child beauty queen John Benet Ramsey, who was murdered in 1996. The theory is based on physical resemblances and similar eyebrows. 6. Richard Gere had a gerbil removed from his rectum. This urban legend claims that actor Richard Gere was hospitalized after a gerbil got stuck in his rectum, a story that has been widely debunked. 5. Lindsay Lohan had a dead twin. According to this theory, Lindsay Lohan had a twin sister who died after filming The Parent Trap, and Disney covered up her death by claiming Lohan played both roles. 4. Jennifer Lawrence isn't clumsy or relatable. Some believe that Jennifer Lawrence's down-to-earth clumsy persona is entirely fabricated to make her seem more relatable. 3. J.K. Rowling doesn't exist. This conspiracy suggests that J.K. Rowling is just an actress, and that the Harry Potter series was actually written by a team of advertisers and media executives. 2. Nicolas Cage is a vampire. Based on an old photograph resembling Nicolas Cage, some speculate that the actor is an immortal vampire who reappears throughout history. 1. Jennifer Aniston and Vin Diesel stole Hollywood movies. The theory claims that Jennifer Aniston and Vin Diesel stole unreleased Hollywood films in the 1990s, delaying their release for over a decade to release them at their discretion.
The J.K. Rowling one, I would be so highly upset, bro. Harry Potter is my shit. And if I found out bro, I'd be so upset. I wouldn't put it past them though. Well, how y'all feel? Have y'all ever even heard of that one? I've never heard of that one. Never heard of the Vin Diesel. The thing about the Joker, that is one of my favorite characters of all time. Oh my God. Especially the newest Joker movie. Oh, bro. Joker, one of my favorite characters. I relate a lot to the Joker. I get it. I understand. But I ain't perfect, bro. And I relate to the Joker a hell of a lot. Y'all let me know. Let me know how y'all feel.
So you've probably heard of the 27 Club, but you probably haven't heard of the real life curse behind it. What if I told you that the first person who joined the 27 Club made a deal with the devil? And I only know about all this because of all the research I had to do for this week's episode on scary legends from the South. So Robert Johnson was one of the best blues musicians in the world when he was poisoned at just 27 years old. And though his death was shocking to many, a lot of people said that it was because the devil was coming to collect on a deal they had made. So the legend goes that after Robert's wife died during childbirth, he went to a crossroads in the area where it was rumored the devil liked to hang out. And there he found a well-dressed man in a suit which he knew was the devil. He got down on his knees and asked the devil to make him the best blues musician in the entire world. He felt that was all he had after his wife died. So the devil took the guitar from Robert, tuned it, and then added another string to it. He handed the guitar back to Robert, basically saying, if you take this guitar, you'll be the best blues musician in the world, but your soul will be mine. But Robert still took the guitar, and the rest was history. 7 years later, at the age of 27 years old, he passed out while playing the guitar on stage. He had been poisoned by a jealous man who knew that Robert was sleeping with his wife. In this week's episode, I get a little bit more into the context of the time and why people really thought that Robert had made the deal with the devil. That and other terrifying stories from the South, so it's worth a listen if you have a chance.
Oh, jealous ass man. Bro, if you just don't leave her alone.
How's Kanye? You have
Well,
love
I
for him?
met like 5 or 6 different Kanye.
Do you remember when
The
he was a
first
nerd?
the first four was awesome. The last 2 was a little bit.
Couldn't you be like, do a Steve Harvey, be like, enough of this foolishness?
No, music is sort of like a mind your business thing.
Music is sort of a mind your business thing. If you ain't on that same type of thing or the same time that another artist is on, don't kick it with them. Mind your business and let them be who they are. That's they role, they lane, they life. But also, y'all think Jadakiss is talking about cloning? Y'all think he talking about the different personalities? Y'all know how they got them sound bites and they clip them up and make it sound one way when that was not what somebody was saying? Let me know.
Do people really think that celebrities be getting cloned?
Bro, do y'all not know that it's normal for a grown-ass man to hit puberty in jail then come out looking completely different? Going in jail looking like this, then come out a year later looking like this, bro, that shit is completely normal. Like, bro, they not getting cloned. They just be working out. That's why every single feature is different. That's why every single person that goes to jail makes a transformation like this, not only rappers. Like, why would the people in power, the top elites, the people that loves to control, want to control rappers? Why would they want to control the people with the most influence over the entire world? Not like they have enough technology to do that shit. It's not like they have enough technology to make fucking robots. It's not like the people in power have enough technology to put chips in humans' brains. And then y'all be acting like they be making movies about this shit or something. Now, I understand if they like put it in our face or something to make fun of us, or if there was an actual document of the first human clone. This is not, I'ma just have to call this shit conspiracy. Just like this conspiracy theory rapper that explained everything. And you got conspiracy theory rappers that's in the industry talking about this shit. Y'all gotta chill with these conspiracies, man. The elites of this world is not that rich and not that advanced in technology. But I love y'all.
I like how he made that sound the way he made it sound.
You gave them your DNA. You gave them your children's DNA. You handed the serpent the blueprint of your bloodline and called it curiosity. It started with innocent questions. What's my ancestry? Am I part Viking, part royalty? You spit in a tube. You clicked submit. And with that, your entire genetic lineage was handed to a corporation. You didn't just trace your heritage, you entered a system. 23andMe partnered with GlaxoSmithKline, one of the largest pharmaceutical giants on Earth. Then came BlackRock, the trillion-dollar global puppet master, dubbed by some the company that owns the world. Its name, the Blackstone. In ancient rituals, the Blackstone absorbed power, held oaths, marked offerings. They're not just running reports, they're running filters, searching for something rare, something sacred. Davidic descendants, lost tribes, Nephilim markers, the bloodline of Christ or Cain. Your DNA didn't go to storage, it went to sorting. In Babylon, bloodlines weren't just heritage, they were heavenly mandates. Osiris and Isis, siblings married to preserve god blood. Pharaohs ruled by birthright, not merit. Sirius, the star of kingship, marked divine heirs by blood and sky. Today the rites look different, but the goal is the same. Find the chosen, control the rest. Temples became labs. Prophets became algorithms. Your DNA was offered like incense, and BlackRock became the new oracle. The question isn't where you're from, it's what are you worth to those who never stopped worshipping blood.
So I knew somebody who sent their thing in. And once they sent it, now this is where it get weird. Because I knew like a couple people who did this. One person sent theirs in and it came right back. It gave them their information. You know, cool. The rest is history. I heard another person, it was a coworker, and he said he sent his in. Was it 23andMe? It was either that or Ancestry. I think it was Ancestry. He said that he sent his in. They said that due to backlogs or something that he couldn't have his DNA read or something like that. Can you resend another one in? Have y'all ever heard of that? And where y'all mind go when y'all think of that? I ain't gonna put his name out there because I know you don't want his name out there, but what y'all think? Y'all think they found who they was looking, found something they was looking for, found him, and wanted more of that? Y'all think they was cloning him? What do y'all think, man? Let me know. I've been holding that one for a while. Can anybody enlighten me, please?
How did doctor describe what happened to you?
That's something I want to stay away from.
Do you remember standing up after you make that tackle?
That's something I don't really want to get too deep into in the details of.
What? Bro, why?
Okay, I just have to get this off of my chest. The Avatar franchise is 100% based off of South Sudanese people. Literally phenotypically taken from us. Tall, lanky, dark, ethereal, otherworldly. We're not called blue-black for no reason. Names like this new character, Barang. Meanwhile, our homies on the block are called Garang. Gatluak. You've got the Acholi, like Suli. It's not just the Aduts and the Anoks, because when you hear the language of the Na'avi, at least as a South Sudanese person, you're like, Aiwa. Which sounds mad familiar, right? Yeah. And we've been covering ourselves in ash for centuries. It's a tradition shaped by our climate and cattle herding cultural practices. All of our style, clothing, and drip down to the jewelry brought. This man is who they archetyped for sure. Because wouldn't it be weird to see a movie with a bunch of blonde-haired, blue-eyed, tall people with axes and hammers living on boats as a way of life and not give a nod to, like, Viking culture? And you might think, like, why does any of this matter? It's all made up anyway. Well, Kat, no, it's not. You're actually telling the story of real people, like Pocahontas. It's fiction rooted in real people, which in this case erases those people from any credit of their own culture, only to be remembered through a myth, which is problematic because fiction becomes fact when it's the only version that people ever see. Ask any Indigenous person how real Pocahontas turned out. And as a filmmaker myself, my commitment to the craft is about the truth, because good filmmakers want to tell the most authentic version of a story, even if it's fictional. Exploitative filmmaking doesn't aim to tell the most honest story. They go for the cheapest version that appeals to the widest market, and that market is usually shaped towards the most basic, flattened understanding of a people or culture. So should filmmakers be allowed to make whatever they want? Could Zoe Saldana play Nina Simone? Sure. Would it be the most honest rendition of that story? Probably not. And why does this matter in context to Avatar? Because it takes the cultural and underdog humanness of a place like South Sudan, the youngest country in the world, which quite literally defied every odd to gain its sovereignty, and attributes all that world building to Hollywood. And I promise you that Hollywood is not building the future. It just continues to cosplay and recycle these types of stories, strips them for aesthetics, repackages them with CGI, AI, and then calls it innovation. But this is why I love AI, because it is democratizing means of production. So I don't have to wait for my story to be greenlit. So if you truly love Avatar and you want to support the real life people and culture that inspire that type of storytelling, I would love and appreciate your follow and share. Okay, bye.
A message from the Ra collective, who speaks on the nature of demons and if demons truly are present on Earth. So Ra said that there are 3 different types. One is the thought forms of people collectively created and energized. The thought forms of fear, of hatred. We people give the power to these forms, so they indeed exist. They are semi-conscious. They cannot exist without us giving it energy. Number 2, there are people who negatively polarized and they use their free will to actually do the bad things. They're humans who are infringing on other people's free will, seeking to use them for their own benefit. A person who negatively polarized can be possessed by a demon by agreement. So that person would give up the free will and become the vehicle for the demonic entities to come through. Ra says the free will is always paramount. So whatever a human decides, that's the law. There are another type of higher ranked demons over the 4th and 5th density. Those are prohibited from entering the Earth sphere, which is quarantined by the Council of Saturn or the Galactic Federation for entering and messing with people, just because those demons are so advanced. But those entities can come through those who agree to kind of like channel them and be possessed by them. And so it looks like lots of elites or demonic worshippers who invoke those demons. They work with this powerful 4th and 5th very advanced demonic energy, who give them advices, who give them information how to manipulate others better. They're sort of like their dark teachers. And so the question is how to protect yourself from this negative energy. Well, know that the most prevalent type is our own thought forms. So through doing your own shadow work, through pulling the roots of fear and separation and anger from your own collective ancestral memory, and changing those agreements or those belief systems that create the fear, you can then turn the fear to love. And how to do that specifically step by step, I describe in my book called Conversations with Fear, Shadow Work, Return to Love. The link is in the bio. The link somehow not working. You can find it on Amazon. It's on Amazon.com. Very close, those that in your head. To deal with the other ones, just use your free will and say, I interact only with highest of vibrations of love and compassion. I know the infinite creator is one, we're all one, and I send love to everyone, to the whole existence. With this mindset, no demon can ever touch you, because demons cannot touch love, because if they do, they depolarize and they stop being demons, basically. They become good guys.
Now that last part I didn't know. I appreciate that.
No. Every once in a while I have weird things go through my mind, and this has been one of them in the past. The word kid. Where do we get the word kid or kids? From children. I mean, that just, I don't know, just never made sense.
Oh, but silly me, first things first, you know, Tiki Talk, this is purely for entertainment purposes only. All things stated here, just speculation, just thinking out loud. I got new boots, new boot goofing, baby. Let's go.
Yet kids is such a common word, it is parallel to the word children. How many kids do you have? What are those kids doing out there on my yard? Get off my grass. You don't say, children, could you, well, I guess some people do if they're nice. Children, please get off the grass. No, it's, hey, kids, get off the grass, right? So where did the word kid come from a word like children or child? Oh, I wish I didn't know this. I think I just figured something out that nobody in the history of ever has ever figured out. Well, somebody's had to know it because they're the ones that started it. I truly think I just figured out the reason that this world calls children kids, and I don't like it.
Yesterday, I was walking through my house, as I often do.
Yeah.
Uncle Mike, he never watches me film TikToks. The behind the scenes. Anyways, as I was walking through the house, I have my Hebrew dictionary, something my mom told me I should get when I was born again because I like to learn. Couldn't learn a whole language though, but it is handy. No, it is key. It is vital to understand the words in that book. Translation is key, yo. When something led me to grab a book, and those things that led me to grab it were my hands and my father. And just like my father will do with the Bible, he will give me messages by randomly opening the book. I opened it, and my eyes landed on one word. And knowing me and that I stick with themes, I'm pretty certain you understand that word was kid. And just like with Hebrew words, they have multiple different ones. I'm not going to try to say the Hebrew ones, but the different ones: young male goat, she goat, he goat, goat idol, she goat, kid or goat. There is no word in the Hebrew dictionary for kid that actually means child, human child. Every single word in the Hebrew language for kid is either a male or a female young goat. And I'm certain you don't even have to be Jewish or speak Hebrew to understand what a goat is, especially a young one. Notably, these goats are sacrifices. Yeah. So for the English language to somehow, some way, land on kid for young children, I hope you're doing the math and seeing where I'm going here with this. Because quite frankly, it makes me sick. Maybe now we know where the origin of that word, it actually comes from. Understanding now what this world has been, well, truly and based foundationally upon. Let's just say a business that is a lot bigger than most of us ever understood. Quite frankly, it is the biggest business in this world, and it involves, for
TikTok reasons. Young goats being sacrificed. Okay. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, neither am I. Neither am I. That one, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. I wasn't when she said, I don't know why I looked at it. I was thinking, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this either. But hey, they came for a reason. I must have been ready. I just didn't think I was ready. So we gonna switch the mindset. I was ready for it. I can handle it. How y'all feel? It makes sense. It makes sense that's how they look at them. I got a question. Which business is bigger? That business or the pharma suit? Y'all finish the rest. The pharma's that business. The business that doesn't diagnose and heal, the one that diagnoses and helps you get it away and it come right back type shit. Which one, they don't diagnose to heal. They just want to diagnose you and keep you okay with it. And it never goes, nothing ever really goes away. It's just the fake ass meds that they give you. Which business is bigger? Y'all let me know. Just curious. Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and y'all see the comments. I know y'all hate this part of the video, but y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, Collective. Again, if you watch it on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all doing good. And until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what